If your business is not on social media yet, then I hate to break it to you, you are leaving a lot of money on the table. How much exactly? Well, check this out. As of the time of this video, there are more than 3.4 billion internet users worldwide. 2.3 billion of them are on social media. That's nearly every 7 in 10 people. And in 2016, Facebook has 1.59 billion users, Instagram has 400 million users, Pinterest has 100 million users. Now, you're probably thinking, hey, if I could have done it, I would have already done it, right? And what's wrong with email and other forms of old-school marketing? Well, according to Hootsuite, social media advertising budgets doubled worldwide over the last 2 years, going from $16 billion in 2014 to a whopping $31 billion in 2016. Social media spending in the U.S. alone is expected to increase to $17.34 billion in 2019. In 2016, Facebook brought in $6.8 billion in advertising revenue, up from $4.3 billion the year before. In the same year, Instagram brought in $1.53 billion in mobile ad revenue. The number of YouTube channels earning 6 figures per year is up 50% year over year. Hard not to see where this is going. Now, if you're having a tough time finding new customers, or keeping your current database of buyers engaged and interested, or standing out from the rest of your competitors and other Me Too marketers, then this might just be the missing puzzle piece. And what if I tell you it doesn't always have to be like this? Until now, that is, because I'm about to show you how you can instantly modernize your business and give it the presence it deserves. While most people casually use social media for rewardless debates and spending idle time, I'm going to show you how to turn your social media accounts into an instant ATM. And even if you don't have a business yet, that's okay, because this is a business in itself. With your permission, I'd like to introduce Social Media Income. Social Media Income is a huge 36-part course on how you, or anyone, can use some of the most popular social media platforms to grow your business, build a brand, generate leads, and get sales. This isn't some theoretical stuff. It's backed by tens of thousands of dollars and countless hours spent cracking the code. And unlike most courses out there that cover just one method or one social media platform, this mega training program covers 5: Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Instagram, and YouTube. Here's what you'll learn. How to utilize Facebook Live as a sales funnel. How to reach a targeted audience by optimizing YouTube SEO. How to customize LinkedIn messages to expand your network. How to hold Instagram contests to gain fame and exposure. How to gain more views with Pinterest Rich Pin. And much more waiting to be discovered inside. For many reasons, social media income stands on its own merits. And I know of social media gurus charging prices like $2,000 and above for their programs. But I have no intention of charging anything exorbitant today. In fact, I want to make this as affordable as possible so everyone can discover the mastery of social media. Personally, I think it's a shame that we are surrounded by an abundance of opportunities, which is growing day by day, but they remain undertapped or underutilized. And I hope this will change the way you do business. Act now. Click on the order button below to get instant online access. If you are still thinking about it, look, just maybe will do. You see, Social Media Income is backed by my 100% satisfaction guarantee, or it's your money back for the next 30 days. Just give it a go, and I'll let the quality of the training speak for itself. However, if for any reason at all you are not satisfied with it, simply return within 30 days for a full refund. You have nothing to lose, unless you don't care about growing your business, which you'd be out of your mind. So what are you waiting for? Click on the order button now and get instant access risk-free.
Welcome back to this video course where we will cover on how to advertise on Pinterest. By the end of this video, you'll know how to create amazing pins for your promoted pin, create a campaign to promote that pin. You can create campaigns for different seasonal moments, product lines, or to promote the same pin with different audience targeting. To do that, go to your business homepage, move your cursor over the plus button, and click on the Create Ad button. Then you'll land on a page that asks you to pick your country and currency. One thing you need to take note of is that promoted pins are only available in the US, the UK, and Canada. This means that you're not able to execute a promoted pin if you're outside of these countries. Select your country to proceed. Choose a campaign goal that suits your objectives. Next, name your campaign and start promoting. To take it one step further, create an amazing pin for your promoted pin. Here's how. First, you need to take note of the image quality that's uploaded. Choose one with high resolution and a good composition together with your product. You can use a photo editor to insert text overlay to deliver the message. Next is to add a clear and informative description to your promoted pin. A good description creates engagement and curiosity for people to click on it. One thing you need to take note of is that only indirect calls to action are allowed on Pinterest. For example, images that contain actual buy now buttons will not be approved. Also, your promoted pin should not contain sales and promotional messages such as 10% off or 5 for $15. To spark your inspiration, here are some examples. The pin on the left communicates a clear message in the form of a desired end result. In this case, it's how $3 brought 50,000 page views in just 3 days. It's a massive result for a small investment of $3. This raises curiosity for the readers to click on the pin to find out more. Another pin that has a high rate of sharing is pins that have ranks or organized information, such as this one on the right. You can insert in your product lines as one of the top 20, thus creating additional potential sales. Apart from a beautiful image, a good promoted pin also has a clear text overlay on the image to give more details at a glance. In short, don't be afraid of being creative and leveraging off the Pinterest community to grow your business. The audiences on Pinterest normally review and refer to their saved pins from time to time, especially when they're useful or add value or solve a problem in their daily life. Remember that as you're crafting your marketing campaign on Pinterest. Hi, welcome back to this video tutorial where we'll cover creating great pins for your Pinterest board. Throughout this video, you'll learn 4 main things, which are how to create informative pins, how to create compelling pins. Throughout the video, you'll learn 4 main things, which are how to create informative pins, how to create compelling pins, how to help people take action on their interests, and the top apps to use to design and beautify your images. Every pin needs to have a description that sets a context. The best descriptions are the ones that are informative and add value to your readers. While only about 75 to 100 characters of your description will appear in grid view, you can include up to 500 characters. Next is to offer instructions and information such as how-tos. Step-by-step instruction and tutorials help break down complicated projects and makes it easier for your readers to read and share the pin. This strategy works very well regardless of if you're a product or service-based business. If you're a restaurant owner, share simple recipes on Pinterest that would lead readers back to the main website where they can book a table at your restaurant to try new recipes. If you are a service or experience-based business, like a hotel, provide informative tips on how to keep linen clean and fresh or everyday shortcuts to help manage laundry and housekeeping. Be creative. A simple step to deliver persuasive information would be adding a clear text overlay. Text overlays can give pinners a snapshot of what the pin is about, especially when a pin's purpose isn't obvious from just the image. You need to make sure that you make the text a part of the design and large enough to read easily on mobile or in a grid view. Also, you definitely need to minimize the amount of text in an image. Next is to create compelling pins. First, use high-resolution, professional quality photographs and illustrations. Do not use images that are poorly lit, blurred, distorted, or appear amateurish. Also, you need to take note on the color, contrast, and lighting. Make sure your pins are able to express the features of your product correctly. Size and shape do matter. Pins look best when they are vertically oriented. I recommend an image aspect ratio of 2 to 3 or 1 to 3 to 5 and a minimum width of 600 pixels. Pins get cut off in feeds if the ratio is greater than 1 to 3 to 5. So make sure the image is not too tall. For example, an image that is 600 pixels wide should be between 900 pixels and 2100 pixels in height. Also, you need to pay attention to your composition. Do not use more than 4 separate images in a pin. Images should have a focus or a clear theme, not just an assortment of random images of your products. Adding too many images in one pin only creates confusion when people look at it. Helping people to take action on their interests that are in line with your business can sometimes be a challenge. However, there are 3 simple steps which you can take to persuade and influence your target audience to take action. Are you ready? The first would be link out of your pin to places or websites that help people. For example, a recipe pin should lead to the real cooking instructions, and a product pin should lead to where a pinner can make the purchase. All of these, of course, would be kept within the context of growing your business. So if you run a restaurant, for example, you would want the link out of the pin to lead to your restaurant. You could also consider having a cross promotion with another business nearby that would complement and add value to your product as well. For example, a bookstore could do a cross promotion with a nearby coffee shop. Coffee and books go well together, especially when there's good coffee. Viewers that come from Pinterest to respective businesses can read and enjoy a cup of coffee at a discounted price. The second is to make your pin a rich pin when possible. Rich pins have extra details like price, availability, or ingredients right on the pin, so people can do more with their pins. This would help your audience make decisions faster and qualify your customers easier. You would want to tend to people who are your customers instead of spending resources, energy, and time dealing with people who are not going to buy from you. All right? The last thing is to avoid time-sensitive information. Pins last forever. So steer clear of including words like new that will not always be relevant. For example, you should not write this in your description. This weekend only. Buy one Oxford and get the second one for half price. Here are 2 recommended apps to design and beautify your images. The first one is Pixlr. It is a free photo editing app that comes with tons of features and effects. You're able to edit your photo like a pro and add awesome effects to create stunning images. The next would be PIP Camera. It provides beautiful magazine-like templates that are appealing and eye-catching. Also, PIP Camera provides beautiful collage templates too, making editing multiple images into a collage an easy task. In summary, your pins need to grab attention through quality design and good copy. This is because Pinterest is image-driven, and I recommend investing a little bit more time and resources in creating beautiful images. The thing is that if it doesn't cut across all the noise of the thousands and thousands of pins on Pinterest, it won't get noticed or clicked on by readers, which then results in a potential loss on leads and sales. You'll learn more in the next module. I'll see you there. Welcome back to this video course. In this video, we will go through optimizing your pins for greater exposure. In this video, you're going to learn 3 main things, which are the art of the pin, how to put your pin to work, and understanding Pinterest analytics. First of all, you need to know the art of the pin. Use high quality images and make sure that they are nicely composed and in focus. The best is to go for taller pins. This is because vertical pins look better on mobile and are much easier to read. Next is to have pins with multiple high-quality images. This is because it works well for pinners looking for information such as how-tos. Keep it to a maximum of 4 images so it doesn't look too crowded. Also, you need to make sure your pin is easy to read on mobile screens, which is why minimizing the amount of text on an image, the size and style of the text, are important. Every pin should have a description that informs. The best descriptions are the ones that are positive and help people to imagine what they might do with the pin while also providing value-adding information. Write thoughtful and timeless copy because pins last forever. So you need to avoid descriptions that have timed promotional information. To encourage more pinning, you've got to make it easy to pin from your website and emails. This is because the more people that pin or repin your content, the more discoverable it becomes. You can also cross-promote your Pinterest account on Facebook or Twitter to gain more exposure. Lots of businesses highlight their most popular pins in physical stores. You can also include the Pin It button in your emails to make it easy for people to add their interested pins straight from there. Pinterest Analytics shows you which pins are most popular with pinners and which ones are driving the most traffic to your site. You can also see which boards your pin appears on, how the pins are described, and what people pin along with your stuff. All these insights are important, as it will help you to make smarter choices about your merchandising, product development, and marketing strategy. At the top of each analytics page, there's a graph that lets you see how things are trending over time, changes to your pinning strategy or website that will affect your Pinterest activity, seasonal trends that map to the activity on your profile. You're able to change your view by filter and sort your analytics to get more detailed views. Use the date picker to see the data for a specific time period. You can also sort your analytics by impressions, repins, clicks, and all time. Plus, you're able to use the All Apps menu to see analytics for different devices. Export data to look at trends and ratios between impressions, repins, and clicks. For example, it may help to see why a higher percentage of people are clicking on one pin over another. In order to save your data as a CSV file, click Export Data at the top of the page. Profile Analytics give you a look at the pin's condition from your profile, and it's best to switch between views in order to see the pins with the most impressions, repins, and clicks. You can see your top performing pins from your Profile Analytics. First one would be pins with high impressions, which means that people are actively looking for that particular content. You should continue adding similar pins to reach more prospects on Pinterest. Next are pins with high repins, which indicates that the content is interesting enough to share and save. In this case, pinning similar content from your website or other relevant sources to keep inspiring your audience is highly recommended. Pins with high clicks means that people want to know more about, take action, or buy that content. Add pins for similar things from your website to boost more referral traffic from Pinterest to your site. The all-time report is based on all data Pinterest has from the beginning of your account. This includes an assortment of metrics, and the first one would be your all-time most repinned pins. This will help you understand the content that your follower is most interested in sharing and saving. The second one would be best in search. These are highly ranked pins in search. You're able to improve the search quality rankings of your pins by writing clear and quality descriptions, using rich pins to categorize your pins, and making sure your entire pin links to useful websites. The last one is power pins. These are all-time high engagement pins, which is a combination of likes, comments, and sends. It helps you understand which of your pins have the most interaction of all time, which you can use to boost the value of your content. We're not done yet though. Join me in the next video. Welcome back to this video tutorial where we cover getting targeted followers on Pinterest. In this module, you'll learn how to be consistent by keeping to your business niche. It's important because when you're consistent, you spend less marketing effort to gain top-of-mind recall with your audience. It also helps greatly in your brand building effort. A strong brand has a higher perceived value in the minds of your customers. The first thing you need to take note of is that everything on your board must be related to your website and your brand. It needs to be consistent. For example, if you're selling fashion handmade jewelries, everything you share, pin or repinned, must be related with jewelry primarily. It's okay to pin topics and items that are associated with jewelry, as long as it doesn't dilute your core brand identity. Next thing is to follow active pinners on Pinterest. This is because you'll get a higher chance to get repinned and shared by following active pinners. Besides, following active people on Pinterest, you must be an active pinner yourself too. All you need to do is actively engage with other pinners by sharing and commenting. But of course, every account you follow and interact with must be relevant to your business. Let's take a look at some examples on how to maintain a good business account. From the slide, we can notice that followers in both picture A and B are very different. In figure A, there is no profile picture, no website, no description. And you'll notice that the board is not attractive at all. On the other hand, figure B has included a nice profile picture, a website, and a description. Also, there are plenty of beautiful boards created in figure B together with categorized titles. By comparing figure C and D, we notice that both accounts created some good pins, but figure D is more consistent in its niche. This is because the user in figure D posted everything related with weddings, and they standardized their theme. As for figure C, the pins are good on their own, but they lack consistency. It's clear that they're doing a business related to shoes, but their pins are a mix of shoes, clothes, and some other random pictures. And these will definitely confuse the followers, which is why pinning a business-related pin is so important. Besides boards, pins, and profile, another important thing to take note of is the description in the pin itself. In figure E, there is no description along the pin, and there is no trigger. A useful or attractive description will be a trigger that persuades people to take action. For example, in figure F, there is a call to action description saying that the girl knows what she wanted and that's why she made the choice. By having this type of description, it builds your brand awareness and also engages and influences readers to find out more. At the end of it, to get targeted followers, you must understand your core brand identity. You do that by diving deep into your own brand to understand what your brand is all about. You'd also need to do in-depth market research into your target audience. This covers areas like demographics, psychographics, and their needs and wants. Discipline is the key here. You'd be surprised as to how many brands out there got started with guns blazing, only to falter and lose the momentum in keeping the brand consistent. They end up standing for everything and promoting everything that dilutes the core brand identity. Consistent branding creates a community for followers to be a part of, and being a part of something is embedded in their basic human needs. Hello, welcome back to this video course where we'll cover tactics of organizing a Pinterest contest. You'd want to integrate this into your marketing plans because this is where you'll be in a position to generate more leads, raise brand awareness, and increase potential sales. There are two main things you're going to learn throughout this video course, which are the tactics of organizing a contest in Pinterest and using tools to manage your contest. Creating an engaging Pinterest contest is an effective way to reach out to your audiences. This is because a contest creates engagement, free mentions, and referrals about your brand, which adds to increasing your brand building effort and awareness. Here are 6 tactics to deploy in organizing a successful Pinterest contest. The first tactic is to pick a contest type. There are many types of contests you could have on Pinterest, and you must choose the one that matches your goal. If you want to gain more followers, hold a contest that asks people to follow you and share your pin in order to enter the contest. If your goal is to get feedback on your upcoming product line, create a board with your product and ask participants to leave a comment. In order to generate more traffic to your site, you must ask the participants to create a board, name it with your brand name, and pin their favorite product from your website. Next, if you want to get social proof, simply create a board that allows contributors and ask your followers to upload photos of them using your products as a testimonial. This instant credibility is the key in getting new customers. The second tactic, if you want people to enter your contest, it needs to be easy for them to enter. Just like a 3-step Facebook contest, where all they need to do is like, share, and comment, the same goes with Pinterest. Ask your audiences to like, repin, and comment. Next is to make your contest visually appealing. Upload a beautiful image together with clear instructions on a text overlay on how to enter the contest. And of course, you need to make sure your prize is attractive enough. Keep the needs and wants of your target audience in mind when you're developing the prize for your contest. The more appealing it is to your followers, the more participation you'll get. In most cases, it's a cash prize, a product offer, or a combination. Last but not least, when you run a contest on Pinterest, make sure you cross-promote it on other social media platforms. You can post it to your Facebook fan page, tweet it through Twitter, or post a blog article about it. Next up, I'll be introducing an essential tool to manage and organize your Pinterest contest. Wishpond is a third-party contest app that sets up your social contests and gets your contests ready for mobile. You can create a Pinterest contest within minutes, and the contest app makes it easy to create your contest with your own branding, colors, and voting gallery. Also, you're able to publish the contest anywhere. For example, you can run Pinterest contests on Facebook, Twitter, or your website, having it work perfectly on desktop, tablet, and mobile devices. Wishpond also displays contestants' Pinterest board in a gallery where users are able to vote and share their favorite pins, which includes options for email confirmation voting or like button voting. The possibilities are honestly endless, with new third-party apps being developed every other month or so. You have a lot of options to choose from. In our earlier modules, we spoke about brand building and keeping things consistent with your business niche. This applies the same here, where your contest would need to be consistent with your brand values and core identity. Here's a bonus tactic. Keep an eye out on potential cross-promotions during special events, holiday seasons, and other non-competing brands that you can ride and leverage. You'll be amazed at what sort of opportunities that there are out there. Hello and welcome to this video course. In this video, you'll learn how to grow your business through Pinterest. In this module, we'll go through 5 main things, which are: what is Pinterest? What you can do with Pinterest, types of rich pins, knowledge about promoted pins, how to create your business account. Social networks like Facebook and Twitter are often the go-tos for businesses and brands, and many companies will also benefit from the visual aspects of a platform like Pinterest. A pin is an image or video that people add to Pinterest. People add pins directly from websites or apps using the Pin It button. Any pin can be repinned, and all pins link back to their sources, which is how you can get referral traffic. Also, people organize pins into collections called boards and share their boards with others. The same pin might be added to lots of different boards across lots of interests, making boards a great place to discover new stuff. People can follow all of someone's boards or just the ones they like best. As they discover and follow more pinners and boards, their feed becomes more relevant and personal to their interests. So how is Pinterest able to help your business grow? There are 3 main things Pinterest can do for you. The first one would be to drive traffic to your website. All pins that you find on Pinterest will link back to their original websites when you click on them. Next is to create engagement with pinners. You can create engagement with a beautiful pin, useful description, and also be an active pinner yourself. Holding a Pinterest contest is also a good way to create marketing engagement for your brand. The last one would be you can do an indirect sales to urge people to click on your pin. Why indirect? This is because you're not allowed to put an actual call to action button on your pin. If you do so, your pin will not get approved. Besides normal pins, Pinterest also offers a feature named Rich Pins for you to categorize your pins. Rich pins are a special type of pin that is more straightforward and informative. It includes detailed information rather than just plain images. There are 6 types of rich pins that you can find on Pinterest, which are place pins, article pins, product pins, recipe pins, movie pins, and app pins. Place pin allows you to create a map with the content you share. In order to enable place pins, all you need to do is check off the Add a Map option when you create or edit a pin board. An article pin is very useful because pinners can automatically see the article's headline, author, and a story description. It makes it more searchable and distinguishable from other content on the platform. Next up, a product pin shows where the product you are pinning can be purchased, the current price, and a direct link to the product page or website. Plus, product pins' prices are constantly updated. In Pinterest, you can find any recipe that you can imagine on the site, and recipe pins take sharing food on Pinterest to a whole new level. Unlike regular pins, recipe pins show pinners important information such as specific ingredients, cooking duration, and even serving info. Movie pins help the Pinterest community to learn more about new and upcoming movies. It also includes the essential information about the movie such as ratings, cast members, and reviews. Think of it as an online movie directory in which you can save information about your favorite movies, categorized and organized, and then share them with the community. App pins help the Pinterest community to discover more relevant apps, and it can be done without ever leaving Pinterest through the app pin. It's similar to the rest of the pins, but helps to pin apps. This is available for iOS in the United States. You can also advertise on Pinterest using a promoted pin. It functions like a paid ad, and you can advertise to your audience by location, demographics, devices, and even interest. It runs on cost per click basis, and we'll cover more on this in our later videos. Depending on what business you're in, the strategy which you can use it for is to organize your marketing collaterals of your brand and create a pin that can be easily shared across social media. Your marketing collaterals, of course, cover things like articles, infographics, products, services, and images, just to name a few. When you finished pinning them, promote it across your target audience and watch them get consumed and share it by your audiences. And now we've come to creating your business account. All you need to do is just 3 simple steps, and you can have your very own brand and business. Step 1, click on the business button at the very bottom of the page, and then you'll be directed to the page shown here. Click on the Convert Now button if you already have an account. If you don't, just click on the Join as a Business button. Step 2, you'll reach a page where you're required to fill in your business name, insert your website, and also select your brand name. After you've filled out the form, click on the Convert button to proceed. Lastly, you'll land on a page as shown in the figure, and this is how your business dashboard looks. We've reached the end of the first part in building and expanding your business on Pinterest. In summary, there are multiple things which you can do on Pinterest to grow awareness and create engagement with your brand. The main aim, however, is to create a pin board that has value, captures interest, and has viral capabilities, which would persuade and motivate your target audience to share with their friends. And we'll cover more on this in our next videos.